want to know more about the laws of the city? Where did you come from? Some lawless cesspit like Luskin? Don't tell me. He must be from Neverwinter. Huh. I tell you, this fair city did not become the crown of the North just from having a deep water harbor or a mighty army. Our laws are what made us strong and prosperous. When the city was retaken from the guildmasters in the year of the wagon, we appointed our first magister. They in turn vowed to judge this city with fairness for all. Since I wear the black robe, I will take it upon myself to instruct you of our laws. Waterdeep has a complex library of rules and customs set by centuries of precedents. But to put it simply, these rules can be distilled to the foundational principles found in the body of text known as the Code Legal. But do not presume that the Code Legal is all the collected laws of the city. Many of our laws remain unwritten and depend on the discretion of the legal authorities of the city, like me. The Code Legal is only the basis for which we find the right punishment for the appropriate crime, a sort of quick list of do's and don'ts, with an extensive list of what happens when you do the don'ts. You have here the 4 plaints in the Code Legal, each one dedicated to a party that can be a victim of a crime. A careless lout like you could violate more than one of the plaints with just a single crime. Oh, yes. The first and foremost plaint is crimes against the lords, officials, and nobles. Murdering, impersonating, blackmailing, bribing, or using magic to influence any of the above are crimes under this plaint. Crimes against the city comes next. This plaint punishes poisoning of wells, arson, spying, theft, treason, vandalism, fencing, forging documents, obstructing justice, littering, or brandishing weapons without due cause. The third plaint is crimes against the gods. This punishes theft of temple properties, tomb robbing, assaulting religious personages, open blasphemy, and disorderly conduct within a temple. Although these crimes are usually done against a temple, only the Watch has the power to deliver the sentences. Waterdeep is multicultural, and we deeply believe that everyone should have the freedom to practice their religion. That is, for the religions allowed in the city. We haven't forgotten the time when the gods walked among us, and Merkel trying to unleash an army of the dead right beneath the very cobblestone you stand upon. The fourth and last plaint is crimes against the citizens, people like yourself. It covers acts of assault, blackmail, burglary, damages to property or livestock, disturbing the peace, murder, robbery, slavery, and the use of influential magic without consent. When a crime is committed, the offender can be arrested by the City Watch or City Guard. Running away won't help. Many proclaimed escape artists can attest to the Watch's knowledge of the best escape routes. Hiding doesn't work either, as the Watch has the authority to search any building, place, person, or container. My recommendation is that felons should surrender quietly, so as not to cause further disturbances to the good folk who already had the displeasure of witnessing their arrest. Resisting an arrest only makes things worse. The Watch is not afraid to put in a few bruises to subdue a perp. If the offender is deemed to be a risk to lives, they can even use lethal force. Those who were innocent are raised at the city's expense and sent on their way. Once the crook is in custody, they are escorted to the nearest magister. Depending on the nature of the crime, the delinquent is brought either to the common courts or to the Lord's Court. A criminal has only themselves to speak for them at court. None shall be between a citizen and their justice, as the late, great Lord Pirgiron said. If you are a foreigner, however, then you can be represented by a Waterdavian. The scriveners, scribes, or clerks guild might be able to assist you if you do not have local help. However, we are aware that there is a trade of volunteer witnesses who would appeal on behalf of the criminal, for a fee. Nevertheless, I should remind you that bearing, as well as paying for, false witness is a crime punishable by exile. As magisters, we pass our judgment and sentence immediately. With more than 24 of us in service, we are stationed at each gate, while no less than 3 are in the Lord's palace at any given time. We hear testimonies and pass judgment throughout the day. To be a magister is to be incorruptible. We are chosen for our good character and perceptive nature. Although paid, clothed, and accommodated so as not to rise to temptation, we consider it our honorable burden, not a privilege, to serve this city. Magisters may be relieved of their duties if found wanting, but that occurs only seldomly. No true magister would go out that way. Those who have the nerve to be dissatisfied by a magister's verdict can appeal to the Lord's Court within 2 days of their sentencing. Hearings at the Lord's Court begin at Heist and Castle Waterdeep, and are presided over by the Open Lord of Waterdeep, along with 2 of the Masked Lords. They hear all appeals and serious crimes, with the occasional dispute of noble succession or inheritance. Though the Lord's Court has the authority to repeal the sentence of a magister, they mostly uphold them with minor revisions. They also keep a staff of clerics at arm's length, using their magic to ensure that no lies are spoken in court. Punishment is determined according to the severity of the crime and which plaint they have violated. For minor offenses, a fine would usually suffice. Charges are expected to be paid in full within a period decided by the court. If the offender is unable to clear their debt by the set date, the city is authorized to seize their assets as payment. Family, clan, guilds, or business partners are never liable for this debt, unless they, too, were involved in the crime. Should the possessions be insufficient to cover the cost, then indentured servitude would be employed to pay off the remainder. For more serious crimes, convicts may be flogged, incarcerated in the dungeons of Castle Waterdeep, placed under hard labor, exiled, or put to death. Unlike some barbarous cities, our executions are performed behind the walls of Castle Waterdeep, and floggings are done at the nearest watchpost. Commoners and soldiers sentenced to death are hung, while nobles are beheaded. By and large, Waterdavians know the importance of the law. It has molded them into tolerant and, mostly, law-abiding citizens. We trust our laws and judges to be just in administering these laws for the sake of protecting and bettering our city. If you ever find yourself caught on the wrong side of the law, have faith that your guilt or innocence will be balanced on the scales of Tyr. Otherwise, be prepared to face the hammer of justice. Oh, I see a patrol has picked up another rogue from the dock ward. Move along, there's nothing to see here.